Thanks for stopping by Buffalo River Bushcraft. I'm Tyler, and today I'm going to give you a brief gear dump of my kit. This is stuff that goes with me in the woods anytime I'm out there, whether it be hiking, camping, or bushcrafting. Starting out, we have my poncho behind me. The thing that sets this apart from most ponchos is the fact that instead of grommets, we have tie-outs. Now, Jay Hercules over at Opossum Pouch Soft Goods told me about an idea he had, instead of using grommets, to use tie-outs instead, to just make an all-around better tarp system. I said go ahead and do it, and so far I'm highly impressed by the tarp and poncho. It's got a large outer pocket with a sleeve behind it. The pocket holds my stakes, extra cordage for a ridge line, and some toggles. It's got a cover for the poncho hood when you want to turn it into a tarp. That way rain doesn't go down and drip on you and do all that stuff. Now in front of me is a pretty special piece of kit to me. It is a bag that I designed with Jay Hercules over at Opossum Pouch Soft Goods, and I wanted something that was going to be reliable and last a lifetime. Not only is it reliable, but it's also field appropriate. If something ever happens to any of my attachment points, I know that I can easily replace them in the field. That was Jay's idea, and along with that, there's a few other odds and ends that we both agreed on and thought were great ideas for the pack. So this pack has a large main compartment, a large outer compartment, and a removable, what we like to call a ridgeline pack. If you hammock camp, it is a very important piece of gear to hold your odds and ends so you have easy access to a select number of items. Starting out, we'll go ahead and talk about my dry bag. I take it everywhere with me. The nice thing about it is that it keeps your equipment dry. It is also great storage for food, and you can hold water in it. Next up is my smog. Now these things are very universal pieces of equipment. You can use it as shelter, a towel, a blanket. You can use it to make a knapsack, hold food, anything like that. Next up is my titanium kettle. This is a great piece of kit to boil water, to hold water, and it comes in a nice sack that you can take out to the river and clean it up if need be. Throw some sand in there, get the soot and all the dirt off of it. After that, I have my titanium cup. Nice thing about this cup is it seconds as a storage container for extra cordage. I have some bank line, different sets of bank line, jute twine, and duct tape in here. Next up is my toolkit. Now my toolkit doesn't go with me everywhere, but on certain occasions I'll go somewhere where I'll know I might need some tools, and I definitely throw it in the bag at that point. It's just got a few hand tools, some zip ties, and some extra tape. This piece of kit is my fishing game kit. Now, again, I don't take this every time I go out in the woods, but if I'm ever camping or doing any kind of overnighting, this definitely goes with me. It's just got extra fishing gear, some snare line, weights, hooks, those kind of things. This right here is my Opossum pouch. I call it a Opossum pouch. Really, it just holds a small condensed version of my 5Cs for me. This does not leave my pack. This is just a small water filtration device. I always recommend taking one of these with you if you're going somewhere where you're not sure about the water. This is one of my oldest pieces of kit. It's a Dutchware hammock. This thing is almost as comfortable as my bed. Ever since I started hammock camping, nothing has been able to turn me away from it. On the odd occasion that I do sleep on the ground, this still goes in my bag just in case. Next up is a spool tool. Now this spool tool is made to hold paracord up to 100 feet. It's got a razor blade built into it and a lighter holder so you can keep the line from fraying. It's also got little cutouts on the side to keep it tight and intact while it's on the spool. Now this piece of kit is very important, and it does not leave my pack for anything. This is my fire kit. It's full of odds and ends. There's about 10 different ways to start a fire, not to mention the fact that the container is a metal container, so it can be used to make char cloth or used to boil water if it needs to. These two pieces of gear are my compass and my ferro rod. Always keep my compass on me. Typically it's on my person depending on where I'm at, and my ferro rod stays hooked somewhere safe in my pack so I don't lose it. This is just an Army Tech Tiara A1 right-angled flashlight. I like to keep it on the strap of my pack, so that way when I'm walking through the woods, it gives me a straight line of sight. Kelty's Noah's tarp. It's a 9x9 tarp. This is one of the very first pieces of bushcraft gear I ever got, and it stays with me always. This is one of the best shelters and easiest to set up I've ever used. Now this is just an adventure medical kit. It's got all kinds of things so you're able to produce sutures in the woods. It has all kinds of medication, bandages, slings. It's got a book telling you how to do some of these things, and I like to keep an extra inhaler and other things like that in there. Now inside the pack, I don't know if you guys can see that, but there's a sleeve. The sleeve houses my cooking grill. This is just an old cooking grill. I couldn't even tell you where I got it, but it is a very reliable piece of gear. It hasn't let me down. With that, I like to keep my smaller saw. It's a Baco Laplander. Again, I got this in the same order as I got my Kelty tarp. This has been a tried and true saw, and I have no complaints about it. Now on the front of the pack, you'll see the smaller pouch. I don't keep anything real important in it, just an extra flashlight, an extra small knife, a glow stick, a space blanket, and a pen and pencil. Now inside the larger pocket, I keep a collapsible 2-liter bottle. It's very nice, very space friendly, great to keep extra water in. I also keep a Work Sharp field sharpener. Now I just got this piece of kit, but so far I'm very impressed by it. It keeps my knives razor sharp and sharpens a dull knife very quick. This is my repair kit. It has some extra bank lines, some extra waxed thread, sail needles, all kinds of sewing needles. In case I need to repair anything on my pack or my tarps, it's all right here. On the outside of it, I like to keep a wool blanket pen, just in case I want to make some kind of something with that. I just throw this little knife in there from time to time if I want to do any kind of whittling or wood crafting out in the field. It's an old timer, charade, carving knife. It's got a few different styles of blades, and for the price, you really can't beat this. I also keep a road flare. Now the reason I keep a road flare is, depending on where you're at in this area, you might need some kind of signaling device. The reason I chose a road flare is because they're bright and you could also produce fire with them. Extra utensils. I also keep a stick of Afterbite in here. This is just for mosquito bites, bug bites, things like that. I've been using it since I was a kid and it's been a really great product. I also keep a hank of 550 paracord. It's high-vis orange. I like it because you can see it from a long ways away and it makes a good signaling device. This is just a Frog Tog cool towel. I like to keep it around during the summer. Keeps you cool, also able to keep yourself clean, and it's very easy to pack and keep clean. Now on the side, you'll notice the cinching mechanism. It's convenient, it holds your gear up, but it also tightens your pack down when you don't have a whole lot of stuff in there. You don't want it banging around and clanging around. You guys saw the review of this, hopefully. This has been a great little axe. I still pick it every time I go outside, and it keeps a nice edge, does its job very well. I have zero complaints about it. Now this is a newer piece of kit for me. This is a Silky Big Boy. Cuts a lot faster, cuts a lot bigger items, and it's easily replaceable. The blade is easily replaceable. On this side I keep my gloves just in case I need to do any kind of hard work with them. I also have a water bottle pocket that houses my 40-ounce clean canteen. You'll notice on this water bottle pocket it also has one of those replaceable field-ready toggles. Seeing this thing through the camera does not give it justice. The craftsmanship, quality, the way he seamed it, everything. I've had a lot of nice packs in my life. This is the nicest pack. Everything was done with extreme detail. He made sure that everything was the way I wanted it to be before it was shipped out to me. You'll notice the back has the yoke system. This is one of the most comfortable strap systems I've ever used. It's just a great all-around pack. Jay Hercules paid a lot of attention to detail when making this pack. He's contacted me every step of the way. He let me know what was going on, asked me down to the color of nylon webbing I wanted. Actually, the day before he shipped it out, I forgot to ask him for sternum straps, and he busted those out relatively quick too. The man knows exactly what he's doing. He's a supplier for Self-Reliance Outfitters. He just took over manufacturing the John pack, which anybody in the Bushcraft community knows is a very sought after pack. And I mean, I can't say enough good things about this equipment, but I'm gonna save it for a later date. We'll do a full-on breakdown and review of each of these items. Now for all my personal when I'm out in the woods. I like to carry 3 separate knives for 3 separate things. Leatherman Wave Plus has all kinds of different odds and ends. Battle Horse Knives Folding Tree Frog. Jeff White Trekker. All 3 pieces of gear have been very reliable and have not let me down. If you guys have any questions about any specific item you saw or wanted to see a little bit better, let me know. Leave a comment, shoot me a message. I will definitely be going over each individual pack eventually, but if you'd like to see one sooner rather than later, you let me know. These are all things that are my preference that I've used with my own experience. It doesn't mean what you're carrying is wrong. It just means what we carry might be 2 separate things. I like to carry a light pack. I like to keep my system modular. That way I can take certain things out that I don't need and leave the things that I do. Thank you guys for all your support, and thanks for tuning in. Until next time.